Imagine soaring through the sky at 30,000 feet, surrounded by turbulence and panic, with a lightning strike plunging your plane into chaos. Now picture a 5-year-old girl, small but incredibly brave, crawling through the dark, cramped maintenance compartment to save the day. Can you believe the incredible story of this little heroine who prevented an airplane from crashing, saving the lives of 275 people? Think of a bustling airport, a symphony of traveling, hustling, and bustling with a unique destination in mind. Amidst their everyday commotion, something extraordinary was about to unfold. For Kate and her 5-year-old daughter, Jane, this was no ordinary day at the airport. It was the gateway into an enchanting adventure. The air was charged with anticipation as they stood there, suitcases in tow, ready to set off on their very first journey to the magical world of Disney World. The excitement was infectious, spreading like wildfire through the terminal. Even the most seasoned travelers couldn't help but catch a bit of the fervor that radiated from this mother-daughter duo. As they made their way through the bustling airport, their faces illuminated with delight. For Kate and Jane, going on this trip was nothing short of a dream come true. It symbolized the culmination of their aspirations and desires, offering them a getaway into a world of enchantment and magic. As they stepped into the realm of Disney World, Jane's eyes gleamed with unfettered wonder, her excitement radiating palpably as she clung tightly to her mother's hand. "I'm so happy, Mommy, I can't wait to meet Mickey," Jane exclaimed, her enthusiasm setting a vibrant tone for the adventure that lay ahead. Equally thrilled, Kate couldn't help but share in her daughter's infectious joy. "Me too, sweetheart, this trip is going to be something truly special, and we're going to make memories that will last a lifetime," she reassured Jane with a tender smile, brimming with anticipation for the magical journey they were about to embark on together. But beyond the magic of Disney, this trip had profound significance for Kate and Jane. It was a respite, a temporary escape from the challenges they had recently faced. Kate, a resilient single mother, had been navigating the intricate path of parenthood, juggling her responsibilities at work with the demands of raising Jane on her own. In the middle of these adversities, Kate had diligently saved for this journey, meticulously planning every detail to ensure it was nothing short of perfect. This expedition was more than just a vacation. It symbolized a reaffirmation of the unbreakable bond between a mother and a daughter. It was a promise that, regardless of the challenges they faced, they would confront them together with courage and boundless love. As the airplane glided through the skies on its course, the journey had been remarkably smooth. The passengers enjoyed the anticipation of their respective destinations. However, in an unexpected twist of events, the tranquil atmosphere was abruptly shattered when a powerful storm loomed on the horizon. After hours of uneventful flying, the aircraft hit a patch of turbulence that sent shudders through its frame. What was once a serene and peaceful journey had taken an alarming turn. The plane began to sway and rattle, no longer the tranquil vessel it had been mere moments ago. The sudden turbulence sent shockwaves of fear and panic rippling through the passengers. The once excited chatter and cheerful faces had now morphed into wide-eyed terror and a gripping sense of helplessness. As the situation worsened, fear intensified, and a palpable sense of dread filled the cabin. Passengers clung to their seats, their knuckles turning white as they gripped their armrests. Some began to scream, their voices merging into a cacophony of sheer fear. It was as if time itself had slowed, and each second felt like an eternity as they grappled with the unsettling reality of their predicament. Amidst the chaos and the rising tide of panic, there stood Kate, the loving mother, with an unwavering focus on her terrified daughter Jane. Jane, overwhelmed by fear, clung desperately to her mother's side, her eyes brimming with tears. Kate's maternal instincts kicked in and she held Jane tightly, whispering words of reassurance in her ear. "It's all right, sweetheart," she said, her voice a soothing presence amidst the chaos. "It's just turbulence. It'll pass soon. Don't worry, okay?" Kate's efforts to shield her daughter from the looming terror were unwavering. She knew that in this moment her primary role was to be a source of comfort and strength for Jane, and she was determined to fulfill that role to the best of her abilities. In the midst of the turbulence and uncertainty, a mother's love and determination shone brightly, offering a glimmer of hope and reassurance to her terrified child. The situation took a harrowing twist when a bolt of lightning struck the aircraft with a deafening roar. Imagine this, people were cruising along, minding their own business. And out of nowhere, wham, lightning struck and chaos ensued. It was like someone flipped a switch from calm to crazy in a split second. The lightning messed up all the plane's fancy gadgets, and suddenly we were in the dark, literally and figuratively. Can you believe it? One moment people are sipping on sodas, and the next, they're wondering if they're going to make it through. The lightning threw them into a whirlwind of confusion. They were just passengers in a big metal bird, at the mercy of the storm outside. In that darkness with everyone freaking out, it felt like they were in some kind of upside-down world. The plane began to descend rapidly, and a chilling sense of impending doom permeated the cabin. Panic spread like wildfire as the passengers screamed in fear, their hands clutching the armrest and each other for dear life. The ominous descent was further underscored as oxygen masks dropped from the overhead compartments, a stark and unsettling reminder of their dire situation. Desperation hung heavy in the air as prayers were whispered fervently, tears flowed unchecked, and the collective hope for a miracle became the only solace in this moment of sheer terror. The passengers, once strangers sharing a journey, were now bound by shared ordeal that transcended any previous connection. The pilot, faced with this nightmarish scenario, exhibited extraordinary resilience and unwavering determination. Despite the loss of control and the formidable technical challenges induced by the lightning strike, the pilot and his skilled crew fought valiantly to prevent the aircraft from descending further into chaos. Their training and expertise were put to the ultimate test as they grappled with the multifaceted challenges posed by the relentless storm in the compromised systems. With a steady hand on the controls and the pilot heroically steering the plane, striving to navigate it through the turbulent skies. All the while he bore the weight of the lives of 275 passengers and crew members, knowing that his decision and actions would be the difference between life and death. In the middle of the escalating chaos inside the aircraft, the pilot and his crew found themselves in an increasingly dire situation. It became painfully evident that in order to regain control of the plane and avert a potential disaster, they needed someone small to access the confined and narrow maintenance compartment and reconnect the crucial cables. This obscure space, usually inaccessible during flight, held the key to restoring the plane's functionality. The gravity of the moment couldn't have been clearer. A small child was their best hope of reaching those vital cables and turning the tide in their favor. As tension hung thick in the air and uncertainty loomed, an extraordinary moment of courage unfolded. Jane, the 5-year-old, who had been eagerly preparing for a Disney adventure just moments earlier, stepped forward as a beacon of hope. Despite her own fear and overwhelming circumstances, Jane's sense of duty and determination illuminated the cabin. She comprehended the seriousness of the task at hand and was resolute in offering her small frame and immense bravery to the cause. Jane's decision to volunteer as the potential savior of the plane was a testament to her indomitable spirits and unwavering resilience. The passengers on board, their lives suspended in the balance, rallied behind Jane as they embarked on a heroic mission. In the small airplane cabin, prayers were said quietly, but you could feel the intensity in the air. Everyone was hoping so hard, it was like you could almost touch their faith. People all around, both passengers and crew, were giving Jane their support and good wishes. It was like a big team, all believing together that Jane could be the one to help them out of their tough situation. As Jane bravely steered the plane through the tight space, the co-pilot kept her steady with calm directions. She wasn't just flying the plane, she was carrying with her the hopes and prayers of everyone on board, all rooting for her success. In the tense and nerve-wracking moments as Jane bravely ventured into the narrow, dark maintenance compartment, the atmosphere inside of the plane reached an unparalleled level of suspense. Each passing second felt like an eternity as the passengers collectively held their breath, their eyes unblinkingly fixed on the unfolding drama. The cramped and dimly lit space presented an intimidating challenge for the young heroine, but Jane's determination and courage radiated brightly, even in the face of overwhelming fear. It was a race against time, with the lives of 275 people hanging precariously in the balance, and the weight of the world seemingly rested upon Jane's tiny shoulders. Within the confines of this maintenance compartment, Jane was far from alone. The co-pilot, ever calm and composed, served as her unwavering guide, providing her with clear and reassuring instructions over the radio. His voice filled with empathy and support, acted as a lifeline for Jane as she meticulously navigated the intricate task of reconnecting the crucial cables. With every step, he patiently directed her, simplifying complex technical details into a language that a 5-year-old could comprehend. "Okay, Jane, do you see the blue wire? Can you plug it into the blue hole for me?" he gently inquired. Jane's small voice quivered slightly, but it remained resolute as she followed the co-pilot's instructions with an unwavering precision. She comprehended the gravity of the situation, understanding that the fate of the plane and its passengers rested upon her small yet capable shoulders. In the midst of this heart-pounding and high-stakes situation, the passengers' collective prayers and words of encouragement echoed throughout the cabin, filling the air with a palpable sense of hope and support. Jane, determined and unwavering, diligently worked within the cramped confines of the maintenance compartment, her focus unwavering despite the pressure. Then, after what seemed like an eternity, a sudden burst of light flooded the cabin as the plane's systems roared back to life. A wave of relief and joy swept through the aircraft, washing away the previous atmosphere of fear and despair. It was as if a heavy weight had been lifted off everyone's shoulders, replaced by an overwhelming sense of gratitude and elation. Cheers and applause erupted as the passengers collectively realized that the young heroine had triumphed in her heroic mission. The pilot's voice reverberated over the intercom, expressing immense gratitude and relief. Jane's courage and determination had not only saved the day, but it also preserved the lives of everyone on board, transforming what could have been a catastrophic disaster into an awe-inspiring tale of survival and resilience. The atmosphere inside the plane underwent a breathtaking transformation, shifting from one of fear and despair into sheer jubilation as passengers collectively celebrated Jane's remarkable act of bravery. Once a cacophony of screams and panic, the cabin was now transformed into a symphony of cheers, applause, and tears of relief. Genuine smiles were exchanged among passengers, reflecting a profound sense of unity and awe that swept through the aircraft. Jane's courageous act had not only spared lives, but it also imprinted an enduring moment of hope and inspiration in their hearts. As the scary moment started to calm down, people all over the plane began saying thank you to Jane. You could hear the pilot's voice coming through the speakers, sounding really relieved, as he said how grateful he was to Jane for being so brave. He wasn't the only one feeling thankful. Every single person on that plane, from the passengers to the crew, was touched by what Jane had done. Even the crew members made sure to let Jane know how much they admired her courage. They told her how important her actions were in preventing something really bad from happening. And as for the passengers, they couldn't stop themselves from going up to Jane and her mom, giving them hugs and saying thanks for witnessing such a remarkable moment. A little kid showing incredible bravery when things got tough. Jane and her mom were overwhelmed by all the appreciation, feeling the warmth of everyone's gratitude wash over them like a big hug. It was like a moment they'd never forget, one that showed just how powerful acts of bravery and kindness can be, even in the midst of scary situations. In those moments, the cabin was not just filled with gratitude, it overflowed with a sense of humanity uniting in the face of adversity. Recognizing the extraordinary heroism displayed by Jane and her mother during this harrowing ordeal, the airline stepped forward with a generous gesture of appreciation. They honored Jane by presenting her and her mother with free airline tickets for a year, a gift that would enable them to continue making cherished memories and embarking on new adventures. Upon landing, Jane experienced a heartwarming and triumphant welcome that was nothing short of spectacular. Airport staff and fellow passengers, already aware of her heroic act, erupted into cheers and applause as she disembarked from the plane. It was a moment of collective celebration and gratitude as the airport reverberated with cheers for the young heroine. The warm welcome Jane received was like a big hug from everyone, showing how people can rally together in tough times. It was a real testament to the power of courage and strength when things get rough. Jane's bravery left a big mark on her and her mom. It made them realize just how strong they were and reminded them of the strong bond that they shared. Jane's heroic actions wasn't just a flash in the pan. It stayed with them for a long time. It was like a little beacon of light, reminding them of their own power and resilience whenever things got tough. It was a moment they'd always remember, a reminder that they could face anything life threw their way, side by side. For Jane, though, she was just a young child. This experience became a pivotal moment in her life. It showcased a remarkable display of courage and determination that would undoubtedly leave a lasting impact on her character as she grew older. Her mother, Kate, found a newfound sense of resilience in the realization that together they could conquer any obstacle life presented. The shared ordeal forged an unbreakable bond between mother and daughter, providing them with a source of comfort and motivation to tackle future challenges. As a well-deserved reward for their extraordinary bravery, Jane and her mother set off on their long-awaited dream trip to Disney World, a journey symbolizing their triumph over adversity and their unwavering spirit in the face of adversity. This magical journey, initially intended as a celebration of their bond, now took on an even deeper significance. It became a symbol of their triumph over adversity and a testament to the power of love and resilience. At Disney World, mother and daughter created unforgettable memories, indulging in the joy of each moment and cherishing the precious time they spent together. The trip was a fitting and heartwarming conclusion to a story that had captivated the world, a story of a young heroine who had faced the unimaginable and emerged victorious, proving that even in the face of darkness, there is always room for courage, hope, and the magic of a dream come true. Comment down below what your thoughts are on this case, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.